So back when I started to learn Japanese, one of the very first rules that I learned, that you also should learn actually, is how to conjugate verbs in the form of speech. And we often call this the mas form. Japanese people use it a lot, and you will use it a lot, so it's really important. So look, all Japanese verbs in the plain dictionary form end with an e sound, okay? So all you have to do is change that e sound at the end for an e, okay? E sound. Then you add mas. It's going to be imas at the end, okay? That's it. That's why we call this the mas form.
Wow.
Let's take, for example, the verb to go, which is iku. Iku, right? As you can see, we have ku, which is an u sound. We have to change this for an e sound. So instead of ku, it's ki. Okay? So iki. Iki. Then you add mas, it becomes ikimasu. Ikimasu. And guys, that's it. There you go. So the polite form of iku, to go, is ikimasu. Another one, right? So let's use the verb to wait, which is matsu. Matsu. As you can see, we have tsu, which is an u sound. If you want to change tsu to an e sound, you have to change it to chi. Chi. So machi. And then you add mas. Machimasu. That's it. Nomu, to drink. All you have to do is change the mu to an e sound. So mi, it becomes nomi. Then you add mas. Nomimasu. That's it. Kaku, to write, becomes kaki. Then you add mas. Kakimasu. Hanasu, to speak. Anashimasu. Au, to meet. Aimasu. You get the point? Now the verbs that end in ere or ire are even simpler. All you have to do is take off the re and you add mas. For example, to eat, taberu, it becomes tabemasu. Tabemasu. Okay? Miru, to see, to watch, becomes mimasu. Kiru, to dress, is kimasu. Kimasu. For example, uwagi o kimasu. Uwagi o kimasu. Alright? But you know, Japanese cannot be that easy, right? So for example, if you want to say to cut, which is also kiru, it's going to be kirimasu. Kirimasu. Alright? And something that I love about Japanese is that there are only two irregular verbs. If you learn French, you know, yeah. We have suru, and I made a whole video on this, the most important verb that you're gonna learn. So suru becomes shimasu. Alright? Shimasu. And kuru, to come, becomes kimasu. Kimasu. Alright? Wait, but Sheriff, you just said that kimasu means to dress. Okay, listen, give me a break, alright? I don't make the rules, okay? It just depends on the context. Anyway, follow me for more real Japanese and language learning tips. Love, positivity, take care, à la prochaine. Ciao.